Hi everyone, how are you guys doing? Thank you so much for being here and practicing with me today. My name is Daniela. If you are new, checking out my channel, and thank you so much for giving a try to my class. If you guys have your mats, let's begin our practice today. We will start here in a butterfly. So bringing the soles of the feet together, walk yourself towards your heels and bringing the hands maybe at your feet or at your ankles, making sure you're not collapsing in the lower back. Closing down the eyes here, keeping your shoulders relaxed, facial muscles relaxed, just for a few breaths before beginning our class. Inviting happy thoughts, healthy thoughts in your practice. Inviting the breath in, inviting yourself to your yoga space, to your yoga mat, and always setting up positive intentions for your practice. 2 more breaths here, making sure you take long, deep breaths in, always through the nose. And trying to equally longer exhale out, or a little bit longer if you can. Slowly, steady, gradually out. 1 more breath. And exhale. Bring a smile on your face, and slowly and gently, when you're ready, open your eyes. From your butterfly, still holding your feet or your ankles, inhale yourself again away from the lower back, and on the exhale, fold over your legs, your feet, just for a couple of breaths, keeping the hands at your feet, ankles, or if that's not okay for you, just walk the hands in front of you, making sure you relax in the upper body, and stay here for just 2 breaths. 1 more. And then slowly head up on the inhale. If your hands were in front of you, bring them back at your ankles, and then just move the wings of your butterfly up and down a few times. Always staying away from your lower back with the upper body, and then finding stillness. Quick twist to the right. Bring your left hand towards your right leg, towards the right side of the mat, right hand behind you. Turn the chin and gaze towards the right shoulder. Back to center, inhaling and exhaling, quick twist to the left. Always staying away from the lower back with the shoulders relaxed. And then back to center, coming back, bringing the hands under your knees, feet down on the mat, hip apart, hands by the side. Just drop the feet from side to side a few times. 1 last. And then coming back to center, extending the legs in front of you. You're going to bend again into the right knee. Bring the sole of your right foot inside your left elbow with the right hand supporting your knee. Bring that lower leg towards your upper body and flexing maybe right toes, not collapsing on the lower back. Hold here for a couple of breaths, or maybe moving side to side, rocking the baby, left and right. 1 more breath. And then if you're rocking, come back to center, and with control, place that right foot down, extending in front of you, and doing the same with the left sole of your right foot in your right hand, left hand on your left knee. Bring that lower leg towards your body, not collapsing. Stay supporting your knee with the hand, or rock from side to side. Always breathing, relaxing in the poses, letting the breath to guide you throughout the practice. And if you are rocking side to side, come back to center and find stillness, extending the left leg in front of you. Crisscross the legs and bring the hands in front of you, lifting yourself to a tabletop position. Wrist under the shoulders, spreading fingers, knees under your hips, and moving into a first down or facing dog. Tuck the toes in, inhale, knees up, and on the exhale, press back, lengthening the upper body, sharpening sitting bones, and breathing. 2-3 breaths there. Bending knees, pedaling feet, or moving hips from side to side, or just staying still. Anything that works for you, with a very long neck, heavy head. 1 last or 2 breaths here. And if you're moving sides or pedaling feet, find stillness with me for a final breath. And then on your next inhale, your feet are hip apart at the back of the mat. Inhale your right leg back and up for a 3-legged dog, equally pressing the hands down. And then bending into the right knee, opening the right hip A little bit more, gazing underneath your right armpit. Hands are still equally pressing down on the mat. Long neck, shoulders away from the ears. One more breath there. And then extending right leg back and up. Keep it up for a three-legged, bending into your left knee and slowly with control, landing left knee on the mat, balancing onto your right hand, releasing the left hand, reaching for the right foot. Hand resisting foot, foot resisting hand, they both go up towards the sky for the gate pose, not collapsing in the right shoulder. Just a breath there. And then releasing everything that extends out and exhale back to a tabletop, moving into a downward facing dog. Tuck the toes in, inhale, knees up, and exhale, press back. One breath there. When you are ready, your feet are hip apart at the back of the mat. Inhale, left leg back and up. Keep the hips in one line, left outer hip down, right outer hip up. Hands equally pressing down. Bending left knee, open the hip, maybe gazing underneath your left armpit. Still pressing the hands equally down. One or two breaths there. And when you're ready, extend the left leg back and up again. Slowly bending right knee, land the right knee down. And extend the right arm in front of you, keeping the hips in one line, bending left knee, right elbow. Catching the top of the foot with the right hand. Hand resisting foot. Foot resist the hand. They go up towards the sky, not collapsing in the left shoulder. Just a breath there. And release everything out. Coming back to your table. And again, downward facing dog. Breathe. Beautiful. Once again, keeping the feet hip apart. Inhale, right leg back and up. Three-legged. Open the hip, bend the right knee, gaze underneath your right armpit. Breathing always, reminding you to support your practice with a breath and to take a break if you need. Extend the right leg back and up, slowly landing left knee down, balancing again onto your right hand and left knee. Extending left arm out, catching the top of your right foot with the left hand. Foot resisting the hand resisting the foot, and lifting them up towards the sky, not collapsing in your right shoulder. And extending everything out, release. You're gonna move back to a three-legged, left hand down, left toes tuck in, and exhale, press back, three-legged. Long neck, heavy head. Gazing in between your hands, right foot steps in between the hands, preparing for a warrior one. Heel down, back heel down, front knee remains bent. Inhale, arms up. Again, gazing up if the neck is all right with that. Hips in one line. Outer edge of the left foot, pressing down, upper body stays away from the lower back. And if you are gazing up, gazing in front of you, preparing for a Trikonasana. So pushing through the right heel, extend, step the left foot sideways, inhaling away from the lower back, exhaling, triangle pose. Choosing the variation that works for you, block, no block, kiss finger around the big toes, or using lower leg as prop, gazing up with your left hand only if the neck is alright with it. Couple of breaths there, turning the left shoulder to the sky, back in line with the hips. And if you're gazing up, gazing in front of you, bending left elbow, bring the left hand on your left hip, bend your right knee, gaze down, preparing for a Chapasana. So balancing on your right hand, inhale your left leg up. You can stay here good enough, or the Chandrasana. Or if balance is there and you feel like bending into your left knee, catching the top of your left foot with the left hand, and again, resisting each other, they go up to the sky. Right toes, heel inside, outside of the foot, pressing down. Stay for just a breath. And then releasing. Ooh, everything extends out. Soft bending right knee. You're gonna step back for a goddess. So lift yourself up. Left toes turn out, toes out, heels in both feet. And bending, knees bending, elbows. Bring the hands at the heart. Keeping tailbone in, relaxing the shoulders. Stay for 2 breaths there. One more, shifting the body weight onto the outer edges of your feet. Last one. And then when you're ready, pushing through the feet. On the inhale, press to stand. Turn your feet in and bring the hands down, preparing for a frog pose. So stepping at the back of your mat. Bring your knees down with control and gently. Coming onto the inner edge of your feet and sliding your knees sideways. Lowering yourself down if it's available onto your lower arms and going down only as far as you can. Stay for 2 breaths there in your frog. One more, 1 or 2 more breaths. Last one. Make sure to not collapse in the shoulders. And if you're all the way down on your forearms or all the way down on the ground, if it's in your practice, press yourself up with the inhale and slide the knees back in slowly and gently. Turning around on your mat for your table. Tucking toes in and inhaling knees up. Exhaling, press back to your downward facing dog. Just a breath here, moving hips from side to side, spreading fingers on the mat, and then finding stillness. Keep the feet at the back, hip apart. Inhale your left leg back and up. 3-legged. Hands equally pressing down, hips are in one line. And then bend into your left knee, open the hip. Gaze underneath your left armpit. Relaxing the breath always. Make sure to not tilt on one side more than the other, on the right hand in this case. And then extending left leg back and up. Slowly landing onto your right knee. Balancing onto your left hand. Extend the right arm out. Bending left knee, right elbow, catching top of the foot. And hand resisting foot, foot resisting the hand. They go up to the sky. Just a breath or 2 there. Slowly releasing, extend everything out. Right hand down and left leg remains extended. Tuck the right toes in, inhale up, exhale 3-legged. I need a cleansing breath. If you need the same, just go for it. Gaze at the top of the mat. Left foot steps in between. Prepare for warrior 1. Back heel down, front knee remains bent. Inhale to rise. Hips are still in one line. Outer edge of the right foot pressing down. Breathing, 1 breath only. And if you're gazing up, gaze in front of you. Keep the arms extended, pushing to the left heel, extend the leg. Step the right foot sideways, preparing for Trikonasana. Keeping the left side of the rib cages open. On the exhale, choose your option of a triangle. Turning right shoulder towards the sky, long neck before you try to look up. Back in line with the hips, use a block if you need for your left hand. Don't collapse in the left shoulder. You might use your lower leg as prop if you need. Just a breath there. And if you are gazing up, gaze in front of you, bending into your right elbow, right hand on your hip, gaze down at your left foot. Release your left hand outside your left foot, preparing for a Chapasana. Moving first to Ardha Chandrasana, half moon, and again, move the left hand until you find balance before you hold any pose. Half moon, it's okay. If Chapasana, it's not in your practice, but if you feel like, turning that right elbow to the sky, bending your right knee, release your right hand and catch the top of the right foot with the right hand. again resisting each other. They move up towards the sky. My balance is not there yet to look up at my right elbow, but if you can, go ahead. I'm still gazing in front of me, especially on the left side. I'm always bubbly. One breath there. Left toes, heel inside, outside of the foot, pressing down. Releasing, gazing down if you're gazing up or forward, and stepping your right foot down. Lift yourself up with the inhale, turning right toes out. Heels are in, toes are out, preparing for your goddess. Bending knees, bending elbows. Bring the hands at the heart for your temple. Keep the body weight onto the outer edges of your feet. Breathe, tailbone in, shoulders relaxed. Just a breath or two there. Complete relaxing the jaws, inner thighs roll to the outer hips. Don't let your knees fall in. Last one. And then with the inhalation, pushing through the heels, press yourself to stand, preparing for a frog as well on this side. So once again, you will be landing your knees down, coming onto your inner thighs, inner edge of your feet, and sliding the knee sideways. See if this time you can go a little bit deeper or not today. Stay lowering yourself down onto your forearms, or stay on your hands, or if it's in your practice to go all the way down, go ahead. Breathe. Couple of breaths there. Relaxing in your shoulders. Letting go today of all our emotions stuck in our hips. Surrendering to your practice today. Last breath there. And slowly press yourself up onto your hands and sliding knees with control in, back in. Turning around on your mat for your tabletop. Knees under your hips, wrists under the shoulders, tacking toes in, inhaling knees up, and on the exhale, move back, downward facing dog. Beautiful, spread the fingers on the mat, just a breath or two here. When you are ready, gazing at the top of the mat, walk the hands slightly closer, step your feet outside your hands, toes out, heels in, and squat down for a yogi squat Malasana. Knees are being separated gently by elbows, pressing in without forcing anything, hands at the heart in Namaste. Relax the shoulders, just a couple of breaths there. Stay. One more. And then slowly release the hands down. Inhale, press yourself up. Bring the feet closer, hip apart. And exhale over your legs. Fold over your legs. Inhale halfway up. Land the hands down on the exhale and step back to a plank. Taking the Vinyasa today. Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, back bend, your choice. And exhaling down or facing dog. Just a breath there. And when you're ready, knees down on the exhale, bring them together and forward in between your hands, crisscross, and extend the legs. Sit and extend the legs in front of you. Slowly with control, without collapsing. Make sure you have plenty of mat behind you. Lean back on the mat, bringing the lower back down and the head down, taking a happy baby pose. Holding the outer edges of your feet or his finger around the big toes. Lower back should be down, relax in the upper body. Stay still or rock yourself side to side. Anything that works for you. Feel free to close the eyes just for a moment, or staring at something steady above the head on your ceiling. Making sure you are breathing, you are here at your practice, both mentally and physically. One last breath. And then slowly bring the soles of the feet together. You're going to come into a reclined butterfly, stepping the feet down, knees on the side. Again, make sure that natural arch of the spine is not hurting. It's going to come in. It's okay. Just make sure you're not compressing, you're not hurting. And then extend the arms above the head, maybe holding opposite elbows. And if this is not comfortable, just move. Making sure lower back is always okay in the poses. It's one of the sensitive parts of our body, so we give extra care. Surrender in the pose, relax the shoulders, pay attention to your body, what's going on. If you need to move your upper body closer or away from your buttocks, do so. As long as your lower back is comfortable, feel free to move, always finding sweet spot in a pose before we hold it. Relax the jaws. One more breath there. And then slowly bring the hands under your knees and help yourself to bring the feet down on the mat, keeping the knees bent. Lower back down on the mat and just hug the knees into the chest for a moment. Maybe rocking yourself side to side. And then when you are ready, step the left foot down and bring the sole of your right foot on your left upper thigh. Release the left foot from the ground, left hand outside of your left outer hip, right hand between thighs. Hug that left knee into the chest. If the interlock goes as far as on top of your left lower leg, go ahead, do so. Flexing your right toes and maybe imagine your right knee, it's going towards the right corner of your mat. So you feel a deeper stretch by flexing toes and doing that. Making sure your lower back is down, roll the shoulder blades back and down. Neck, it's down as well. The back of the head is down. Just a breath or two there. And when you are ready, stay for a couple of breaths here or release your left leg. Extend the left leg towards the sky, moving the interlock behind your left hamstring, pushing through your left heel, pointing the left toes towards you, remaining flat back on the mat. Don't tilt on one side more than the other. We are also stretching the back of the leg besides the hips. Final breath there. And then releasing, left foot down, right foot down, change. Left ankle on top of your right thigh. My left knee moves towards the left corner of my mat. Flex the left toes and release the right leg from the mat. Interlocking fingers either above your right lower leg or behind your knee at your hamstring, also okay. Bringing your left hand between thighs and right hand outside your right hip, outer hip. My lower back is down, make sure yours as well. Relaxing the shoulders, relaxing in the pose, 2 breaths there. One more. Stay for 2 extra breaths here, or releasing the right leg all the way, extending to the ceiling sky, changing, bringing the interlock behind your right hamstring, pushing through the right heel, pointing your right toes towards you. Remaining flat back on the mat, relaxing in the shoulders. One more breath there only. And then releasing the right foot down, release the interlock, and then hug the knees into the chest. Extend both legs up towards the ceiling, crisscross the right leg over the left, bending knees, right knee over the left knee, holding your feet, bring the heels outside your hips for a breath or 2 for a reclined cow. My lower back is down, so keep yours as well down on the mat, relaxing the shoulders. 1 or 2 breaths there. And then release, change. Left knee over the right, crisscross. Left knee is over the right knee. Heels are outside my hips. Holding your feet, relaxing the shoulders. Just 2 breaths there. One last. And then release. Extend the legs up, bend the knees, hug the knees into the chest. Bring the hands under your knees and rock yourself forward to a seated, preparing for a Paschimottanasana. Forward fold, extending the legs in front of you. Feet together, heels together, outer hips roll to the inner hips, not hyperextending, arms up on the inhale, neutral spinal, on the exhale, fold. Upper body away from the lower back always, and fold only as far as you can go, not tensing the upper body. Taking 2 breaths there or 3. One more breath. Last one. And with the next inhale, come on up and release. Cross the legs in front of you. Right leg in front of the left, preparing for a twist. Inhaling, arms up. Exhaling, twist to the right, left hand, right knee, right hand behind you. 2 breaths there. Turning the chin and gaze towards the right shoulder only as far as you can go. Always keeping upper body away from your lower back. One more breath there. And then coming back to center, release and change. Left leg in front of the right. Inhaling, arms up, shoulders away from the ears. On the exhale, twist to the left. Right hand, left knee, left hand behind you. Shoulders are relaxed. My chin and gaze turns towards the left. You go only as far as you can, making sure you're not collapsing in the hand in the back. And you are breathing. Just 2 breaths there. One more. And then coming back to center, extending the legs in front of you. Releasing, shaking your legs out. And lying down on the mat, once again, hugging knees into the chest. Inhaling there and exhaling, forehead to the knees. Give yourself a nice hug. And on the exhale, take a Savasana. Extending the knees out in front of you, separating the feet as wide as the mat, dropping them heavy on the side. Bring the palms to face the sky, slightly away from the body, and just close your eyes for another minute or 2 only. Closing your eyes, relaxing. A very well deserved resting pose for you. Making sure you always take a moment of peace like this before moving into your day after a yoga practice. Even if you're not lying down completely, you can stay in a meditation pose, but make sure to take a couple of minutes in complete stillness to balance your yin and yang, not just giving in a lot of yang. We never give too much yin to our lives. So you want to find the right balance that you need to move through your day. Relax a little bit longer here with me, just focusing on your breath, letting your shoulders relax, the back of the head feeling heavier against the mat, your shoulders, your heels, the top of your palms. And maybe letting go a few breaths out of the mouth. If that feels good, I'm gonna do one more of that. You do it as well if that's okay for you. Just softening your facial muscles, softening your eyes, your lips, your shoulders, muscles around the belly. You did a great job today, once again. So be grateful for that. Just surrender here for a few more breaths. And if you're ready, slowly and gently moving your fingers, toes, bring yourself back to your room. And if you feel like you need to stay longer here, just go ahead. Otherwise, bring your feet together, legs together, extend the arms above the head. Give yourself a nice stretch. And then bending knees, turning to one side, left or right, making the pillow of your upper arm and bringing the other hand in front of you. And with the hand in front of you, help yourself to press yourself into a cross-legged seated position with the hands at the heart in Namaste. We are going to end the class here. And before we do that, I want to thank you so much from the bottom of my heart for being here today and practicing with me. Thank yourself for showing on the mat once again. Thank you, thank you, thank you. The divine light within me honors the divine light within you. Namaste.